Lloyd is about to do his first ever log split.
Call it an attempt.
And now you, no, you got it in, and then you just like bounce it on that big thing, and then it'll split it. You might not have got it in.
I won't be able to get it out.
So if you, yeah. Oh my goodness gracious, I'm gonna die over here.
All this for a little bit of wood.
There you go, and then you just, no, that you don't, you just, and then you bang it down. That's it. You're getting lots of the bark off. There you go, you're splitting it. He's splitting it. Any minute it's going to split.
It's not even in the middle, it's only like the edge.
Yeah. You're probably going to have to, oh my goodness, he's using brute force here.
I've got a better aim if I do it like this.
We got one piece.
That'll do you for one night, wouldn't it? That
Oh, you're getting better. Like you're splitting more little pieces off.
knackered has done me. 100%. Now you're filming, I'm not going to be able to do it.
Oh wow!
Professional. There was no doubt in my mind.
Yeah. Right, so open this fence area over here. They're almost like too scared to step out from it, over it. But Mallow Puff is brave enough to come and eat the grass. Because as you can see, there's lots of grass over here. And I'm wanting to open this area because there is a solid gate over there that they're not going to get through. So just to sort of enlarge their eating area. Juno's checking them out. Of course. Oh, Mallow Puff, you're supposed to come this way. See, they're too scared because they haven't been this side yet. Come, Mallow Puff, you can do it. You can do it. You can come and eat some grass. Come on. See, the pigs are sort of like quite well trained. If they know that this is their area, excepting those that do escape a little bit. Come, Mallow Puff, come. Look at her looking at me. Look at you looking at me. Come on. Come, floppy ears. Come. Oh, she's sniffing the area. Are you smelling my vegetable lasagna in the oven? It looks like she is. Look, she's sniffing the air. Maybe if we just move those, I don't know, yeah, just a couple of those rocks. Might be easier said than done.
Yeah, that one's in there.
Coco Pop will jump. Come on, Coco Pop, you'll do it. Coco Pop is always ready to explore. There we go. Right, Coco Pop is in this area. Straight away going for the green grass. Come, Chrissy. You can do this. You can get some nice grass. Look at this. Beautiful meadow filled with grass. Where Chris is going, he's walking with purpose with Juno right literally on his tail. There he's finding some grass to eat. I think Juno thinks she's a kuni pig. Come, Mallow Puff, you can do it. Come on. You can do it. I promise you. There's nice grass here. I want you to cut the grass down. Then we don't need a lawnmower over here. Oh, Chris is exploring. Oh, Malapuff, you've done it. You've made it to the side. Oh, you've made it to the grass. Well done, girl. You don't need a lawnmower if you have kuni pigs. So for this vegetarian lasagna, I'm going to first make the tomato sauce. I'm not using fresh tomatoes, but you can see I'm going to chop up an onion, some garlic cloves, and I'm going to make up a sauce that's going to have these 2 cans of chopped tomatoes and 2 things of tomato puree. And I'm going to add that together to with the chopped onion and garlic, and that's going to be my tomato sauce part for this vegetarian lasagna. Then I'm going to make a very cheesy cheese sauce, and I'll chop up various vegetables and layer them between the onion sheets with the sauce. But I'll show you that later on. Onions and garlic chopped up into chunks now. So the different sauces in. And now I'm going to add in some thyme, some cayenne pepper, some paprika, some coriander, a little bit of salt, and I've got my inner Parmesan garlic and herb that I'll be adding in as well. Added in the seasoning, I've got some fresh coriander from the garden that I'm going to chop up and add to this as well. The next task is to make a roux so that I can make the cheesy sauce. So I'm not going to put in all the cheese. I'm probably going to put in half the mozzarella and half this other mixed, so that at the top I can, when I'm finished doing all the layers, I can have extra cheese on the top. But to make the roux, I'm going to need some flour, some butter, and I use just a little bit of milk just to get it going, but then I use water. And because of the cheese in it, it's still a nice creamy sauce without putting in too much milk. So I hardly put in any milk. And of course then I'll add in some salt and some more, herbs. I have to be honest, when I make this, I don't really do measurements. I just put in what I think I need. So this is about approximately 125 grams of butter. And I will just add enough flour to make it thicker than a paste, I suppose. So to make this cheesy sauce, you don't want the heat on high, so it's just on simmer. And for those of the gas oven, it's as low as you can get it, because you don't want the butter to go brown. It's nearly melted. So when you add the flour, you're going to have to work quite quickly because it gets thick very quickly. So you add in the flour and you can see it immediately quickly goes and forms this. This is the base of your sauce, and this is called the roux. I actually take it off the heat to do this part. I've just put in a little bit of milk to get started, to mix it up. So that it's, and now I'm not going to be adding any more milk. I'm just going to add water, but you can see it's already nice and creamy, but it's going to get thicker when I put it back on the heat, and it'll cook some more. I've added in quite a bit of water. Now I put it back because I'm wanting quite a lot of cheese sauce. And now I'm going to stir this, and it's going to get thicker, and it'll combine with that roux that I had put in. And I'll add the cheese to this as well once this gets a little bit thicker, which it'll start doing now. And you want to just keep stirring so that you don't have lumps, because you don't want to have a lumpy sauce. And if you do it this way, you'll end up with a nice thick sauce without lumps. But you've got to keep stirring to get those lumps as it thickens. I've added in some salt and some more herbs, and I'm actually going to put in a little bit of mustard powder. So I added in half a teaspoon of Coleman's mustard powder. I can feel it's already starting to thicken, so you've got to stir all the time as it thickens so that you don't get lumps. So I can see you need some lumps coming there, so you've got to keep unlumping it, delumping your cheese sauce. In the meantime, I've put the oven on. I've got my handy thermometer there so that I can keep a check of the temperature. Wow, you can see how nice and thick the sauce is getting. If it gets too thick, you just add in more water, but you can see it's a nice thick sauce now that I've got here. So it's now the time to add in the cheese. Cheese is in. Now you can see it's a very nice thick sauce. Cheese will melt. Look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful cheesy sauce. So I can turn that off now. And the cheese will melt into it. Look at that. Right, so I've got my tomato sauce ready. I've got my bechamel sauce. I think this is what it's called. That's ready. And now it's just to prepare the vegetables. And so you always start off with like a layer of tomato sauce at the bottom. And then you'll put your lasagna sheet and then your filling and your bechamel, and you'll just build it up like that in layers. So that's the cheese that's left over to sprinkle on the top. So I want this to have a little bit of color. So I've got some baby leaves, I've got some courgettes, some carrots, pumpkin, mushrooms, and a capsicum. And so I'm just going to chop them up and put them in different layers. So each layer will have a different kind of vegetable. You put your first layer of your tomato sauce mixture on the bottom, and next step is to lay lasagna sheets on that. Right, so you then put on a layer of cheese sauce. Now I'm going to do another layer of the tomato sauce. You could cook the vegetables in the tomato sauce, but I want to have like a little bit of color and variation. So it's now going to be tomato sauce, then vegetables, then lasagna sheets, cheese sauce, tomato sauce, vegetables, and that's how I'm going to build up the layers. Right, ready to go in the oven. So I'm making an apple crumble. I've sliced up a whole lot of apples. I've put some dried cranberries, or craisins, I think people call them, in between. And I've sprinkled some sugar, cinnamon, and some ginger on the top. And I'm now going to make a crumble, which is going to be 1 cup flour with that other 125 grams of butter and about 2 tablespoons of sugar, and that's going to be the crumble that goes on the top. Right, so the crumble mixture, you want it like consistency of bread crumbs, and then you just here. Sprinkle it on top of your sliced apples. Done, and then you just pop that into the oven. Apple crumble, absolutely delicious. I had Ewan and Carissa over for lunch today, and I think they enjoyed the vegetable lasagna and the apple crumble. Have you come to use the composting toilet there, Coco Pop? Are you going to the bathroom? So of course, the one pig, we will find one gap in the fence, will be Coco Pop. Now that I let them into that bigger area, I forgot that there's like a narrow little bit where you can get through, and she decided to go exploring and find it, but she's come to find me at the cottage now. But I'm going to feed them just now, and I'm sure she'll follow me when I go down. It's okay, she's getting rid of the weeds around my bathroom. Coco Pop. What are you doing in the kitchen eating the dog's food? What are you doing in the kitchen? You don't eat dog's food. My goodness. What are you doing in my kitchen? Looking for trouble? What are you doing here? No, those are my fridge magnets. You don't eat those. I know, you're checking out everything. No, that's the rubbish. Leave that. Hey. Out of that. That's nothing there. Get out. My goodness. Got a mystery parcel, so I'm going to open it in my car where it's nice and warm. I wonder what this is. Oh, a gift from Susan. Oh, fantastic. It's another box of brad nails. Definitely will be using this. Thank you so much, Susan. And another box. So let's see what's in this one. And thank you, Susan, again. Wow, you're really spoiling me. More brad nails. As I say, we're going to go through those with that fence. And some batteries, which is great. And 2 IBC tank covers. You're not going to believe this. I was actually looking online again at IBC tank covers because I really need to cover the one that's collecting rainwater and the other one that I'm going to move next to my bottom well. So these are fantastic and exactly what I need. Thanks so much, Susan. You are wonderful. Thank you so much to Gerson and Angelisa for the visit. And they brought me this lovely gift of a hammock that I think comes from Brazil. So thank you so much. I can't wait for the summer to try it out. Piggy, piggy, piggy! Piggy, piggy, piggy! Piggy, piggy! Alright, you lot have responded to the call. Who's coming next? Oh my goodness, Malapup, such squeaks. Jelly Bean still eating. Oh, now here comes Jelly Bean. Come on! Cheesecake, George! Piggy, 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 piggy! Piggy, 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 piggy! So they're out grazing first thing in the morning. And so you have to call them in for them to come and get food. Jelly Bean's making her way in. Cheesecake and George were usually here first. Haven't heard the call. Come, Jelly Bean! We're waiting for you. There she comes. Come, Jelly Bean. That's good girl. Come, George. Come, Chris. Piggy, 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 piggy. Oh, Chris is galloping. Come, Chris. That's it. You can run. You can run, my boy. Come on. Come, Cocoa Pop, you can do it. Come run. You're late. You're late. There you come. So this crush that they have here, what I'm wanting to create with the bedposts and Nick's help with his welding machine is to create a slightly smaller version of this. So I quite like the fact that there's like a little holding pen there, but this, obviously piglets would get under that, but it doesn't need to be as long as this part. It probably only needs to be up to here, so from there till here. That's what we need to somehow or other create. So I've brought some chocolates to thank Manuela at the cafe over here, who always keeps my post for me so that till I come and collect it. I want to say a new word that I learned at my Portuguese classes last night, baiaja, which is another way of saying thank you in this part of Portugal. I've used it twice today and it's made people smile, so hopefully I can make her smile today. The wind is quite strong, so my hair is all over the place, but using baiaja brought a smile to her face as well, so it's all good. So I have asked at the supermarket in Orca a couple of times for like old vegetables and vegetable scraps for the pigs, and I have never managed to make myself understood. But this week I made myself understood. They told me to collect it today, which I've done. So hopefully this is going to be a weekly thing, collecting scraps from there for the pigs. So this cold weather is supposed to be continuing until at least next Thursday. So I have brought, well, I've bought some extra straw to top up their houses with. So that'll be tomorrow morning's little job. It's sort of evening already. Well, very late afternoon, early evening, and pigs are making a noise, so the focus now is going to be on feeding them. pigs are going to be very excited with this. Little bit on the chilly side again this morning. I'm going to be adding some deworming mix to pigs' food this morning, excepting piglets' food, because the piglets received the ivermectin deworming injection. The plan had been to deworm all my adult pigs with the injection as well, but they've become, after 2 vet visits with needles, they're not. I need to now get that crush built so that I can shepherd the pigs into the crush area so the vet can work on them. So that's why getting that crush built is a priority for when she comes back in about, I don't know, 3 weeks time or so. But I try and alternate the deworming method. So I'd used one kind of deworming the last time that I'd used it, and this is a different one. So because you don't want to get the worms immune to what you're using if you use the same time or same one all the time. So the vet does monthly visits to check up on the pigs, because that's like a EU requirement over here once you have your pigs registered. And so yeah, the next visit I think is just going to be a general checkup. So in about 3.5 months or so time, that's when I need to have that crush done, so that she can deworm them with the injected one. But in the meantime, I am deworming today, because when you deworm like 2 to 3 weeks or so before the mothers have their piglets, then those piglets will get that immunity against the worms from their mothers, and then you will then deworm them at 10 weeks. So normally my piglets go at 8 weeks. So it means the responsibility is on the new owners to deworm them when they are 10 weeks. Because you can't deworm them at 8 weeks. So, I don't know why the vet's come. So next month when the vet is coming back, she has to give the follow-up vaccines to the piglets. So I make sure that all my pigs here are fully vaccinated. So let me get on to mixing up the feed, because I can hear I have a choir out there of pigs demanding to be fed. So today's crazy plan is I want to move those piglets, because from Tuesday I can expect piglets arriving, starting from Tuesday. So I need to get those piglets out of the pen that Tim Tam is in, where she will have her babies. So I don't actually have anywhere for the piglets, because I haven't completed the new pen. Because it's been so cold, we don't want to do concreting in posts at the moment for the new pen. So I'm just waiting for the temperatures to improve a little bit. It's supposed to be starting to get better from the end of next week, but I don't know. Who knows? Only the weather knows. So my plan is to use my portable electric fence and enclose an area within the big pig's big pen, just so that they can get used to being in a different area and not run away through the fence or get chased by the bigger pigs, because Coco Pop is very, very good at chasing new pigs, even though 4 of them are her piglets. But I don't think she will remember they are her piglets, and I don't want them to start trying to drink on her, even though her udder, her milk is basically, it's dried up. But she's still, the teats haven't shrunk completely, so I don't want the piglets to suddenly think they can start trying to get something going again. So because it's so cold, my plan is to build them their own little pig house within that electrified, portable electric fence, within that area, and also so that they don't have to compete with the big pigs for their big pig house, because they've got a really big pig house. But I don't want them to be chased out into the cold, and I don't want them to get squashed by the bigger pigs, because Chris is quite a hefty creature, and George, we won't even go about George Cooney. Anyway, so that's the plan. Today is I am going to try and build, using my great impact driver screwing tool, build them a little house where I can just fill it up with straw that they can keep warm, and be with the other pigs but separate at the same time, if that makes sense. So that's today's plan. Crazy plan. As Lloyd calls me, the crazy pig lady. Chris came to check out to see whether I've got the right materials.
Oh my God, I don't want anyone thinking that this is my idea. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as being as rude as what those, but this would not be my idea.
Quality control coming over here to check on.
It would be helpful if this was a...
Seriously, pigs. Okay, Louise and Minnie Me have down tools because she needs a cup of tea and something to eat. But look at this side where she used all the flat pieces and left nothing for me to use on the other side. But it's looking quite good.
I can testify that. Well, I won't go in and pretend I'm a pig again.
Go and pretend you're a pig. Louise wants to pretend she's a pig.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, Tanya's going to go inside.
Oh, you can be a piglet and I can be a mummy pig.
Oh my goodness.
Really warm in there. It is actually really cozy. It's really cozy.
Okay, so we've got baby pig and mommy pig. But we're not actually going to have mommy pig in here. It's only going to be the piglets. So mommy piglet is breaking in.
No, it's very warm.
That's going to be nice. Brilliant. It's out the wind. Okay. Right, to move the piglets out of here is going to be a huge challenge. I'm not going to film this because I can't do this and film and move cameras at the same time. Just to get the piglets out, now I've got to try and get them to follow me. They're just going crazy with the grass. Stunning sunset again tonight. Look at this. It doesn't capture the beautiful colors. New knitting project with some wool scraps in that I have. This isn't for my grandson, this will be for me. It's so cold, I thought I'll knit myself another jersey. So this has been another quite busy week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I was doing an evaluation visit for a school. So that was sort of, starting at like from 7 in the morning and finishing at about 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it was quite a busy day, but I've actually been struggling for the last week, since last Saturday late afternoon, with my back. So I'm not sure if it's kidney infection or if I've got a pinched nerve or something, but it does feel like I've got a knife stuck in my back. And I've got like arthritis medication that I take, and it sometimes eases it and others not. And you wake up in the morning and it's just tender, and as the day progresses it gets worse and worse until the nighttime, because you can't stop working and you can't stop doing the things that need to be done on the farm just because you have a sore back. So I still got to feed the pigs, I still got little jobs that have to be done, and you just have to sort of work through it and then medicate yourself like mad at night to be able to go and sleep. Thursday night was honestly so painful. I was nearly in tears that eventually at 2:30 in the morning, I got up to take a whole lot of Disprin just to try and see if that'll help with the pain, and I did then fall asleep. But anyway, no point in whinging about the pain. So wanted to move the piglets. I came up with this idea actually on Thursday night when I was in so much pain. So maybe it's not good to act on ideas you come up with when you can't sleep because of pain. So I decided, because I don't know where to put these piglets, because from Tuesday onwards, the pigs are going to start getting litters. So anytime from the 31st of January till the 23rd of March, I can be expecting piglets. So I needed to move the current group of piglets out of the pen that Tim Tam is in. And haven't been able to concrete the posts in for the new pen because the weather's been so cold. And so haven't done that yet. And so I came up with this idea to build a little house for them in the big pig pen and put the electric fencing around it. So all of that part all worked well. The problem came in how to move the piglets from the pen they are in to the new pen, but not just to the new pen, to their little section that's electrified. Pig wrangling 101, I tell you. Luckily, Louise and her daughter were here, and my friend Chris was over. She'd also brought some food to feed the pigs, and so it actually took 4 of us quite a while to try and herd piglets, get them to go where we want them to go. It would have been brilliant to have filmed it all, but because we were darting all over the show, there's no ways to set up a camera and then you're filming it all in one place, because they were going everywhere and every time, and then they weren't that keen on the bucket, because even though they love the buckets and they usually follow me when I got a bucket, but because they were just chomping grass along the way and going off in different directions, and we got them in, and then there was no ways could get them to go to the little fenced area that I had done for them. So I noticed though that they were just eating with the big pigs. The big pigs weren't hassling them at all. So I've just left it like that. Peanut thinks he's a big pig now. He was right there chowing down next to Chris. So yeah, it was quite funny. But if they don't get to go into the big pig house that is there, because the biggest pig house I've got is the one in the big pen. There is a small pig house that we built today that they can go into that one. So wasn't able to put the electric fence around them and get them into that area. So watch this space. Let's see if they are still in that pen tomorrow. Anyway, in the meantime, stay safe, stay sane, and I'll see you on the next video.